My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask you for pardon of my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. Jesus, I need to talk to you today. I need you. I need to sit in your presence and unwind, to calm down, relax with you, or de-stress before I explode. I'll get to meditating on today's Gospel passage later on, but before that, I need to find peace in your presence. I need to unburden my heart, unload everything I have inside, even though my mind is one big confusion. There's so much in there and in such disorder that I don't know where to start. It's like a big lorry, a big truck arriving packed full of supplies, but they're all crammed in a muddled, confused way. But I'll simply open up the back door of the truck and let the first things fall out. Because Jesus, you know far better than I do that my prayer doesn't have to be coherent and logical and ordered. It can be a mess, a confusion. But as long as it's an honest and loving one, simple and trusting, you're happy with that. You don't want logical and eloquent phrases from me. You don't judge me by the rational structure of my thought. You want and you love me as I am, sometimes more coherent, sometimes less. So Jesus, today you get the messy me, the mixed up me, the upset me, the confused me, the me that can only say, and blow it. And probably a stronger term too, but I can't say that on a public podcast. But you're a carpenter. You're used to work sites and the strong language that goes with them. Today it's the me that says, Jesus, give me a break. Even if probably I'm exaggerating, I don't need a break. Or this hard time I'm going through is actually for my good and my growth. And if you're making prayer hard, so that it feels like walking over sand dunes or sitting in a barren wasteland, or my brain doesn't work, or I feel dry and bored, well, I'll be dry and bored in your presence. I'll sit at your feet like a dog, as St. Josemaria used to put it. But I'm not leaving. I'm going to make these 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes of prayer, whatever I've committed to, truly 10 or 20 or 30 minutes, not a minute less. And if I get distracted, because I'm a child and children get distracted, I'll start again and again. And I'll look at my distractions and I'll learn that maybe there's something I'm attached to and must let go of. And Jesus, before I get to the gospel text, because you want what's in my heart, not clever biblical commentaries, I want to tell you how lovely the trees outside my window are as they blow in the breeze. They seem to be dancing, twittering. Is that part of your game with me? You're bringing my soul to peace. I want to bring you this challenge I'm facing, this professional or personal challenge which is worrying me and taking away my peace. I want to lay before you the new school or university year as it now begins, at least in my country, and offer it all to you and all the people who will come my way this year, and my teachers or colleagues or pupils. I want to bring to you the Holy Father and his deliberations with the cardinals these days. I bring to you the Church throughout the world, persecuted in so many places. I bring to you so many situations of injustice and oppression in so many countries, and those suffering from them. I bring to you the poor and the sick. I pray for world peace. And of course, I bring to you my loved ones, those closest to me, and those who keep far from me. Those who need and want my love, and those who reject it. I bring to you my own intentions and ambitions, and the people I want to help, and the souls I want to serve. And I bring to you my wounds and my weaknesses for you to heal them in your way and your time. I bring to you my hard heart for you to pour over it your divine water to moisten and make it fruitful. But now I'm ready to turn to the gospel. I haven't fully unloaded the truck yet, and in fact I never will, because life keeps on throwing new things into it, But at least I've managed to share with you, Jesus, some of the things inside. And for today, that will do. And maybe reflecting on this gospel passage will reveal some other part of the truck's contents which I hadn't considered before. In today's gospel, Jesus, I find you hard to understand. You start by talking of the need to carry the cross. I get that. I don't particularly like it, but I get it. And you say some hard things that we have to hate. That is, putting radically in second place everything. Because you, Jesus, you, God, come first. So to be your disciple, we have to hate father, mother, wife, children, brothers, sisters, yes, and our own life. Now, I know you don't mean hate in the sense of wishing evil upon them, but yes, as I said, putting them radically in second place. And only then, by carrying the cross, can we be your disciple. So the cross comes when we have to make decisions, make our priorities. And sometimes it can be hard to put you before others, before our family members, before ourselves. It can be hard for a parent to worship God more than their adorable baby. It can be hard for a young man or woman to accept that they must leave their family behind to serve God. And you ask this from us, Jesus, not to be cruel or selfish, not like some sort of sick test which a psychopathic ruler might demand. Prove your loyalty to me by killing your son or your father, or something like that. No. Rather, you ask because it's actually good for us and good for others. If we put you first, it will be better for everyone, ourselves and those we put in second place. They'll end up winning. We don't see it, but you know it. But then we get to the second part of the gospel, and here it gets confusing. You've told us we have to carry our cross, but then you seem to jump to something completely unrelated. You give a parable of a man who began to build a tower and was unable to finish it, and everyone laughed at him. And then you talk of a king going to war with another king, and who needs to make sure he has enough men to face the other king. And if he realizes he doesn't, he sends envoys to sue for peace. And then you finish by saying that we can't be your disciples if we don't give up all our possessions. But what does not being able to finish a tower, or realizing that one has a weaker army than someone else, have to do with carrying our cross? I got thinking about this, and it seems to me, Jesus, that what you might be telling us is that carrying the cross also means sticking at things. It means adding the cross factor to everything we do. So often we go into activities or even life commitments full of excitement. But as soon as things get difficult, we start to doubt and we think of pulling out. And sometimes we do. People give up all sorts of endeavours for this reason. Or marriages break down. Or people are not faithful to their vocation. I remember someone I know speaking to me about why their marriage broke down. This person was also very much at fault. But he said of his wife, "She's like that. All or nothing. She just stopped loving me." Well, as I said, this man was far from an angel himself, but that could be a question of an examination for us. Am I all or nothing? Once the excitement has gone, the spark has gone out, I give up. I'm good at beginning, but I don't have what it takes to keep building. I need to add a key material, a key cement or essential bricks, the cross factor. Any worthwhile endeavour has its tough times, and we need to stick at it. We need to start building and keep building, even when it's hard. And if I generally don't think I can stick at it, well, maybe I shouldn't start in the first place until I'm ready to do so. Like that king who sues for peace. But what he can then do is take the necessary steps to build up his army. Sometimes prudence demands that we don't start something. Perhaps also because we realise we're too weak to do so. But what we should do is ask God for the strength we lack and work to overcome the weakness or bad habits which hold us back. So Jesus, I began my prayer today by offloading the truck, and you've helped me see I need to add the cross factor. And I certainly need to have your mother there with me, helping me to do the offloading. You, Mother, will help me see what I need to focus on and what I need to forget. And when I feel a coward and want to give up, you'll tell me, stick at it, my child, don't give up. Add the cross factor. Carrying the cross, being Jesus' disciple, isn't only renouncing things or loved ones. It's also sticking at things and sticking at relationships. Leaving behind what we should leave behind, but holding on to what we should keep hold of. I give you thanks, my God, for the good resolutions, affections and inspirations you've communicated to me in this meditation. I ask you for help to put them into effect. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.